easier to deal with, but you know it's there. It's not hiding that it's there. Now, the next one brings up a little bit of a different question, because now I'm going to move to the center guy here. And this is Apep, right? Apep, of course, comes to us as a cosmic threat from Kemetic belief system. So we'd say Kemet or say Egypt, whichever way you like to use the terminology. And this is the giant snake, who was all about chaos. I would always have called him the chaos serpent, is what I've traditionally heard him referred to as, and what I've the term I've typically used. And he has a very specific role in that he is the enemy of Ra. He is the enemy of Ma'at, if you can believe that. Can you believe that? As cool as Ma'at is, that this guy has beef with Ma'at? How do you even manifest that? How are you beefing with Ma'at? How do you manage to have beef with someone who's like, I just want, it's just calm, everything being balanced, be honest about stuff. If you have a beef with her, or it, as I should say, then I really question who you are internally. And that's okay with Apep. We really need to question who he is, right? Because unlike Shiva wasn't like, there wasn't a maliciousness to Shiva. It was more, inevitability. This is what has to happen. Oh, come on, you gotta die. You gotta move aside, let the kids grow up. You say, all right, I'll let it go. It's time for me to retire and let Luca take over. It's Luca's team now. Okay? It's Luca's team now. And you have to move aside to benefit what we have to do down there at the organization, okay? Apep is like, I have a problem with your very existence from the very beginning. And that's where he's different. Now Apep represents primordial chaos. This is a being who we know as unformed darkness, and this is the void before order even came. That's why he's such an enemy to order, because he knew it before anybody moved in. It's like that one person that owned a property, and then like the rest of the property got sold, and they put a subdivision in there, and now that person hates everybody in that subdivision because they were here first, and they never want you guys. They didn't sell out. Like, they wouldn't sell their parcel of property there, and everybody else around them sold, so they built houses all around them, and everything's all different, and they hate every single one of us who live in the new subdivision. And we can't help it. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I just moved out of a place that was built over an Indian burial grave. So this is an upgrade for me, and you're just going to have to deal with it, okay? But that's who Apep is. He was on the block before order. So he watched order come together, and the entire time he's like, nope. No. I don't like anything about what you're doing. I don't like order. Fundamentally, I don't even like order. So what do you think I'm going to do? If I don't like order, and I told you not to put order over here, what do you think I'm getting ready to do? That's what Apep told everybody. So every single night, right, Ra descends into the underworld. I don't know if you guys knew this, but every night, like, Ra's up in the sky right now. What time is it? Like, 12:53. Yeah, he's like right over there right now, right? Like clockwork. It's amazing how precise this guy is. He must have a great watch. So every single night, every single day when he goes up and he slowly descends into the underworld at night, Ra's always like, oh, God. Because every night, Apep is waiting on him. Every single night, Apep is sitting down there with nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. Like, no hobbies, no nothing. You understand what I'm saying? All day long, I sit up waiting for this moment. Ra has a whole job. Think about it. Ra gets up in the morning. Ra gets up before everybody. That's how early up in the morning he gets. That he is the morning. Right? So nobody gets up earlier than him, and nobody goes to bed before he does either, right? Like, he's the dude. He's got the longest shift. He doesn't work the whole day. He's working a longer shift than you are. So he's got to work all day long, man. Providing life and sun and like making sure that the world continues to exist and it has a rhythm, and you guys get weather, and then some of you guys want to lay out in the sun and get your melanin in hair. Like, you guys want to do, you guys want sun all the time. And he's like, all right, I'm going to give you guys sun. I'm going to give you guys as much sun as I can handle, as you can handle, right? And after all that, now this guy's waiting for him. That's what he's got to deal with every single. So he calls his crew. He lets everybody know, look, man, Set, Bastet, Hathor, everybody who can fight. Everybody who can fight, come on, you guys are going with me at night. And they have to guard him every night because Apep's sitting there like, yeah, I can't wait. Just thinking about him. Apep's like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you to get down here because I'm going to whoop your ass. And that's what he plans to do. He wants to whoop his ass because order collapses and then creation fails and he gets to go, ha! I told you guys. Oh man, that laugh got me. Ha! I told you guys. This is exactly why I said you don't build nothing, right? That's what Apep wants to do. He wants all of us. He hates all of us. I mean, literally, and I mean that. I mean that from the heart of like the bottom of what he is. He hates every single one of us. Okay, I mean, this is not a joke, and he can't wait for us to all fail. So every night he's trying to knock it over because like the sun doesn't come up, and Ra doesn't get out of here. It's all done one time. If he succeeds once, it's over. So this is the core of these two philosophies. This is Ma'at, which is balance and order, and what Apep represents is Isfet. So if you hear somebody repping Isfet and you're like, yo, if you ask somebody what set they're claiming and they're like Isfet, you better run. You better run. Or maybe you better handle that business for all of us, right? If they say Isfet, you have to understand that they are going against order. So you got to figure out what side you're on. I personally am on the side of Ma'at, and I'm going to try to represent order. I'm going to do what I got to do. Order, balance, harmony, and truth, right? So we can be truthful about things is what Ma'at, is all about. Whereas Isfet, man, this is all about chaos, right? I don't live there. Disorder, I don't live there, right? Injustice. I definitely don't want to live where injustice is, and we don't have to talk about that. So Apep, he embodies Isfet. Like he's walking Isfet, which is why I don't like this guy, right? This is why we don't get along, right? And we never will. Every time I see him, it's going to be a problem, right? Because I want order, okay? He's trying to mess up my desk right now. That he doesn't stop, right? He sends his minions out on all kinds of levels. But there's real weight behind him, obviously. And I'm not joking with you guys when I tell you, he has some active worshipers right now. His worship is literally not dead. And I'm not joking with you when I say this. He is still very actively worshiping. I mean, people are going out there and doing things to spread chaos and not in like casual ways. There's some stuff you can look up. I can't remember this guy's name, but was infamous in the court systems. And he basically said, yeah, this is why I'm doing this. This is a whole religious thing. And he's got like tattoos and markings. So don't think that they're not actively working, right? But entropy in this reveals that like order is also very fragile. Keeping everything just running, just keeping it going, that's a lot of work, right? And this is that civilization understood that it needs this maintenance. That's an important part. And you ritualize protection against entropy. That's how we do that. That's where the goddesses come from. When we talk about gods of renewal, goddesses renewal, whether it was the Baals, whether it was Oshan, right? Whether it was Prendi, who we talked about yesterday. We build in rituals to prevent things from falling apart. It's a very part of our nature, and our gods are simply a part of it, right? It's the reason that when I got a Dodger cap, my new Dodger cap, right? You see how they put the sticker on here? This is so you keep your fingers off of your brim of your cap, because your fingers carry oil that transfers over. There you have entropy. So this is how we're actually structurally fighting entropy every single time. So when we have specifically Apep, and he's clearly not the only snake that has been associated with chaos, right? We can go all the way back to Tiamat. Man, I do not feel like talking about Tiamat again, but it's necessary because she was the first one who really was like, yeah, chaos, tear this shit up. The first one, right? Like, no, we're not going to have order, and that was the biggest fight. That comes from Mesopotamia. So we're seeing all these different cultures manifest this idea of entropy and what it actually means. Like, what it actually means. With Apep, the psychological type of feel that we get out of it is this is more a moral decay. We talked about how Shiva could lead you to awakening. You go through Shiva psychologically. We're talking about the in between the noodles aspect. Shiva could lead you to a path of renewal. Ego dies, identity collapses, leads you to renewal. And it sounds beautiful. And when we say, at the end of it, we say, thank you, Lord Shiva, right? I'm a better person now. I was able to move away from all that nonsense in my past. I'm a new person now. And we hear people manifest that all the time, and you feel it when someone says, and I'm not endorsing ideologies or religions or anything like that. When you guys are seeing someone who was maybe in the gangs, happens a lot with gangbangers. I changed my life over, man. I've heard guys literally say that. Guys who used to like be criminals and all that stuff, right? Gangbang, who said, I changed my life over, man. I gave my life over to the Lord or whatever, whoever they found, Allah, right? Sometimes, right? But what it is it allowed them to burn away their old selves. It was a psychological process that led to renewal, which is something that we share with Shiva, okay? With Shiva, not with Apep, okay? In the same in between the ears segment, Apep is just chaos because it's all Apep's got for you. Apep he didn't care about you. He didn't like you. I told you that like 4 minutes ago, right? Maybe 8 minutes ago, screen time, right? He didn't even like you. So when he's inside your noodle, what he represents is internal doubt, right? Moral decay, right? And this cynicism that eats away at your belief system. It's a voice that tells you none of this matters. That's the big difference. That's the big difference, right? Shiva is going to help me come out better for it. I'm going to be better. I have to endure what Shiva put down on me, man. I might see Shiva coming and starting the dance like bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, no, Shiva, no. But if I endure Shiva's process, I come out better for it. I thank you, Shiva, man. I'm a new man today. So we say stuff like that, right? I'm a new man. I'm a changed man. That's how you get changed, man. Not with Apep, man. You ain't even trying to. You're gonna be changed. Yeah, okay, I take that back. You will be changed. You're gonna be changed in ways that you didn't want to be changed, and that's the problem. He doesn't lead to rebirth. He leads to darkness. That's Shiva. Shiva's gonna be nice. Apep is like, yeah, I'm gonna change you, all right. I'm gonna change you to something else, and you ain't gonna like that. You don't like that even less than where you are.